All right, we are all ready to get this loaded onto the trailer and out to the terminal. That's what the word I was looking for. Out to the terminal. So this will be actually heading out tomorrow morning. By the time we actually get, it's 10:03 now. By the time we get this thing loaded and secure, we're not going to make it in time because it's over an hour away. So this will be shipped out tomorrow morning, which is Thursday. All right, this tiki bar is finally on its way to Arizona. We are at the facility and it is on its way. All right, here you go. It is all crated up, and once you can see it's on wheels, this is going to be a little tricky, me and Liam getting this on our trailer by ourselves. But the way to take this apart, the first thing you're going to do is those two 2x4s up at the top. There's a screw on each side, there and there. You're just going to have to get up on a ladder just to unscrew them. And there's right here on both sides, there's two screws that hold those 2x together. So those are the first things you're going to start unscrewing. Then what you're going to start doing is, Liam, you want to point to the corner here? So you'll start with the corners. So every screw has a round red circle around it so you know where they're at. So you just start on one side, work your way down, pull the panel off, and then just keep going all the way around. And you got a 1 foot piece here. Here on the bottom, it's 4 foot high by 9 feet that way and a little over 4 feet that way. But you're just going to take the screws out one at a time until you get everything loose, and everything will pop off. The only exception is the 8 foot by 4 piece of plywood on this side, and the 8 foot one on the other side. There's a couple staples in the bottom after you get it unscrewed that we had to put a couple staples in to hold it until we could get screws in it. But if you get all the screws out and you just pull the plywood, they're small staples, they'll pop right out. So everything is marked in red. Liam's going over all the screw holes again. Everything's marked all the way down, front, back, and sides. All right. So there's going to be, I think, one more video in front of this. We're going to shrink wrap the top. So I just wanted you to see this before we put the shrink wrap around it. Okay. Also, on that 2x, your drill bits, or your screw tips rather, are taped to this one. That way, when the crate gets there, all you have to do is rip the tape off, and you have the drill bits or screw tips for all the screws that hold the crate together, and for all the screws that put the bar together. All right, now that your crate's all apart, you're going to see, this is what you're going to see. Okay, so what you're going to want to do is, before you even take out the bar stools, just cut the shrink wrap off of here and then just move the roof over. It would be easier if you guys set it on a bucket or something that you can get your hands back under when you're ready to move it again. You can move it if it's sitting on the ground, but it's just easier if it's up off the ground. So what's going to happen though is these palms here, these are synthetic. So these are going to be smushed in. Hey Liam, can you demonstrate that? So the palms are going to be smushed down and smushed in. Okay, show them here. Okay, they're going to be pushed in. So they're moldable. So what you're going to do is, once you get your roof out and your roof secure on the bar, what you could do is you could just bend them back so they're hanging over more instead of coming straight down. Okay, it's real easy. And because you guys are in a warm climate, it's cold here. My shop was 30 degrees this morning when we came in. So once they're warm, they're very easy to bend and mold. So, and once you start moving them, you'll be able to figure it out. If you have any questions, you know you can call me. Okay, now that you have the roof off, what you're going to do is you're going to pull the bar stools out. The bar stools, there's 4 bar stools. They're in the cabinet there. and they're wrapped with the shrink wrap here. What you're going to want to do is when you cut all of this shrink wrap, you cut it out. Make sure there's somebody with you so you can hold the stools. They'll probably shift slightly from transport. So you don't, when you cut the shrink wrap, you don't want them just to start rolling out of there. So hold them when you cut the shrink wrap and then just pull them out one at a time. Okay, so after you remove the stools from inside the cabinet, there's this big plastic bag, which is overkill, but there's 3 individual bags for all the screws that are labeled, and they will be in the cubby right there. And throw them in the cubby. All right, and those are all your screws. All right, now that you have the roof off, the poles are just shrink wrapped on. So all you need to do is take a pair of scissors or a knife and just cut the shrink wrap, and it'll pop right off. Just don't cut it on the wood so you gouge the wood. But that's all you have to do for that, and then you'll take those off, and then underneath it will be plywood with more shrink wrap, and underneath that will be bubble wrap. Okay, now that you have everything off the top of the bar, there's plywood that is shrink wrapped to the bar top, and there is bubble wrap underneath. So at this point you can use a knife. Just take a knife and just slice the bubble wrap or the shrink wrap, and it'll fall right off, and then you can just pull all the plywood off. So after everything's off the bar, you're going to take all the pieces off the bar and the plywood that is protecting the bar top, which goes on top of this shrink wrap. The shrink wrap and the bubble wrap. Shrink wrap's just taped on here, and then the bubble wrap is protecting the bar top. Just be careful if you're using a knife. Do not cut into it. It will easily, it's not attached by any type of fastener, so it's just the shrink wrap here with tape on it, which is holding the bubble wrap on. So don't use a knife if you can help it. It literally will just pull right off. All right, before you try and remove the bar, everything is taken apart. You expose the skid. Everything that was packed inside the bar is out. You need to take the footrest off. Do not attempt to move the bar until you take the footrest off. So there's 5 screws that hold the footrest, but I only have 2 in there to hold the footrest on during shipping. There's one at this corner, which is right there, and then there's one down here at the other corner, right there. And then you'll see the countersunk holes. There's one there, and one there. So you'll put 5 screws in total, but there's only 2 holding it on for shipping. Okay, Audra, now that the footrest is off, you're going to expose some of these blocks, which once you get the crate unpackaged, which it at this point already is, and everything is out and everything's off the bar, you're going to expose all these blocks. Now these blocks are sitting in here. They're preventing the bar from shifting during shipment. So as you can see, I'll have Liam show you. Go ahead, Liam. Just move. So it's not screwed into the bar. The blocks are just screwed into the floor. Okay? So there's 2 blocks here, and there's 2 screws in those blocks. There's 2 in the other corner over there. There's 1 on each end, and there's 2 sets on the front corner or the back corner on both sides. And what you're going to use is, where's that impact gun? Here, hold that. That will be, where are you? There you are. This will be the tip that I am supplying you guys. Where'd I go? Oh, there I am. That will be the tip I'm supplying you guys. That will take care of all the screws that we use to put everything together and also get everything apart. That same tip, just different size screws in length. What I recommend is a long extension bit, and you're going to need that to take out those because you're up tight against the bottom of the bar. So the screw heads have round circles around them so you know where they are. There's only 2 in each one, 2 in there, 2 in there, and 2 on all the rest of them. All right, here you go, Audra. This is the skid that the Tiki bar will be sitting on inside the crate. The crate will be built around this thing. There's nails and screws. There's 2.5-inch screws. We back screwed it. Plus there's framing nails. It's 3/4-inch plywood, and it's 4x4 pressure treated. If you can, I would save the lumber because somebody probably will want it. I'm not sure you do, but I would see if you could give it away or even possibly sell it. I don't know if you could sell it because we're making something with it, but you definitely could get rid of it. Somebody would take it. Okay, Audra, this is the bottom of your skid. This is the underneath. And what we did is, so you don't have to go buy dollies, we went ahead and purchased wheels for the skid. That way, it's actually easier for us to get it to where it's got to go. And it'll be easier for you once you get it off the truck. Once they take it down for you, you can just wheel the whole skid wherever you want. These are brand new wheels. I would not throw them away. They're about $12 a piece. If you want to pay me back for them, you're more than welcome. But this is going to make your life and our life a little bit easier than trying to lift, 700-800 pounds to get on top of a dolly. Here's the other thing you wanted to know about the rope lighting. So this wire here, you'll detach. There's a little screw holding it together right there. You'll take that apart. I think I made it really long for you, so you got plenty of room to go plug it in somewhere. So all you're going to do is we're going to have Liam pull our plug down and plug the bar in. Okay, Liam pulled about 80 feet of wire out. Okay. So is that plugged in?
Yep.
All right, there you go. He plugged the lights in. Now, if you don't want the lights in, you can either just unplug the entire bar because you have no appliances that need to stay hot. Or, if you don't want them on, all you have to do is unplug it from the bar itself. And there you go. So, all right, so that's how that works. That's really easy and simple. All right. If you have any questions, give me a call. Liam seems to have a problem putting the plug in. All right, see ya. All right, Audra, now that everything's unpackaged, everything's out of the crate, your crate's moved somewhere else, you have all your pieces sitting. So there's only 4 pieces. There's the poles that go in here, which I'm standing in front of the bar. This here, the opening is the back of the bar. All the poles are labeled. I'm going to show you that in a second. But this is the front of the bar, so when you're reading the poles as what goes where, this is the front, and that is the back. So now that everything's unpackaged, you got 4 things to do. First thing, we're going to put the poles in. So if Patty Faye could come over here, I know she doesn't want to move. Come on over here, Patty. Come on, Patty, come on over here. Come on over here.
Don't be bossy.
All right, this is like our 15th take, Audra. Camera person's not doing too well. All right, so on the poles are marked. If you look at the poles, okay, this says left front pole. Okay, this is the left side of the bar. So all you're going to do, and I want to show you, it's not that heavy, otherwise I'd have Liam, but all you're going to do is you're going to pick this up in here. You're going to set it in the holes, and hopefully it goes in. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing on the other side, and these are clearly marked. So this is right side front, so you know which one goes towards the front. Okay, and the rope will stop it, but it's also hitting the base on the bottom. Okay, so now that your poles are all set, okay, so what you're going to do next is there's going to be a bag. It's labeled 4-inch screws. Okay, there's 4 screws that go into each pole. Okay, so I'm gonna show you what to do now. As long as you put the poles in right, the screws are going to find the original hole that I used when I put the whole thing together. And I will also have a tip for you somewhere on the crate on the outside, so you can take the crate apart and also do the installation with these specific screws if I don't lose them all. So all you're going to do is find the old screw hole, and as you can see, it found the old hole and went right in. And there's 4 per pole. I'm not counting. You're going to want to countersink these when you screw them in tight. I'm just leaving the head stick out because we have to take it back apart. And just come over to the other side. Okay, and you can see how easy they went in because they found the old holes. Is that other screw there?
And you're going to do that on both sides?
Yes. No, you're only going to do one side.
I'm just saying.
So this side just stays nice and loose.
You don't have to screw them in. You're showing her. Sorry.
No, I have to do that because I got to put the roof on. I got to make sure this is secure.
Gotcha.
So I can pre-drill the holes for the roof.
Questions answered.
Okay. Okay, so now that that's done, as you can see, the poles are completely secured. It's a rocking chair. Look at that. I know who made it. It's not going anywhere.
Liam?
Okay. All right, so the next thing you want to do is you're definitely going to need help with this. I know you said it's probably just going to be you ladies, so I would recommend 4 of you if you can get 2 people on each side, but the roof is kind of light compared to the bar. So this is all you're going to do. Liam, you want to get on the other side? I hope this roof fits. I hope I didn't make it too small. Oh, all right. Oh, it did fit. Nah, it didn't fit. There you go. So that's going to sit on there just like that. So, Liam, let's grab a tape measure. You got one? Okay, so, Audrey, what you're going to want to do is just center. Now, just so you know, these palms, they're going to be bent in all kinds of funky ways because of the shipping and the way we had it sit on the table. They're very flexible. You can move them and position them any way you want. And the easiest way, since you're in the heat, they should mold pretty simply. It's cold in the shop, but you're not going to hurt anything by moving them and trying to just push them however you want. So, Liam, let's see where we're at. So, you're going to measure from the pole to the edge of the frame. I got 14 and a half.
Yes. I have 2.5.
2, oh. So, we got to go way that way. Okay. I got 8.5.
I have 8 and I have 9.
You have 9. So come to me 1/4 inch. Okay.
All right.
Okay, so 8 3/4 is going to be your overhang. Now front to back, you're just going to center it on the pole. So it's going to be pretty close to the edge on both sides. You're going to have roughly about maybe an inch on each side, maybe a little less. But you just want to center it front to back. On the end here, Patty, come over here. So what you're going to do is you're going to measure from the outside of the pole to the outside of the frame here. And your measurement's going to be 8 3/4 on both sides. But if you just measure one side 8 3/4, you're good. All right. So what I'm going to do is I am going to countersink a hole right here for you, and another 4-inch screw. Is my face in there? Hello.
Glad you don't have a booger.
So I'm going to give you a 4-inch. Show up there. There's going to be a pilot hole up here. 4-inch screw will go into the frame of the roof, and that will hold it down. There'll only be 4, 1 on each side. So once that's done, okay, it's going to be very, very simple. The very last step is to put the footrest on. You really like to get up close and personal, right, baby? Yeah. All right. So, Audra, the last step is the footrest. Okay. So the way to determine what's up and what's down, there's cleats, which keeps the footrest off the ground so water can flow underneath. Okay, so that will be face down. So the footrest just slides on. Just like that. There's countersinks already in there for you to place. There'll be 2-inch screws. There'll be 2-inch screws, and they're already pre-drilled. So you only have to go in where I put the holes. Those will be 2-inch screws, and they will also be in a bag marked 2-inch screws. So you'll have a bag of 4-inch and a bag of 2-inch. You're going to need a total of 16 24-inch, which I'm going to throw in a couple extra, and I think 4 or 5 of the 2-inch to fasten down the footrest, and then you're done. And that's it. Your Tiki bar is installed. If there's any dust on it, that's free of charge. That's all yours. I don't need anything extra for that. So, Patty, you know what? Can you go down there to get a good shot of the Tiki bar? All right, so this is your Tiki bar. Your setup is complete. Have a drink for me because it's very cold here. And I hope you enjoy it. If you have any questions, feel free to call. I hope the video helped you a bunch, but as you can see, very simple. It took us not even 10 minutes to set it up. So you guys are in good shape. Give me a call if you need to. All right, from the Tiki Kev shop, for Tiki Kev, Liam, and Patty is the camera girl. Tiki Kev out. Mess up your joke. I didn't know. Okay, Audra, there is a slight change of plans the way the roof is attached. It's very easy, and I have it labeled so you can put it back exactly where it belongs. So if you notice there's tape here, they each have a number on it. This is number 4. So when you put the roof on, you just match it up with number 4. That's number 3 over there. That's number 2 over there. And this is number 1 here. So if you line these pieces of tape up, when you put the roof on, the screws will find the old hole and go right into the roof. And I'll show you where those are right now. So right here in the side, so this is the pole coming out of the bar. This is the side. When you line up your tape marks, there's a screw hole right here. So you're going to have a 2.5-inch screw that goes through there and into this frame piece. And then once it's lined up and you got your 4 outside screws in, the outside one there, and the 2 on the other side, then what I would do is then I would pull the tape off. I'm just going to pull this one off for a second, and there'll be a screw hole there as well. But once you get, we'll put a new piece on there. Where's it? Oh, it fell. So once you get the outside screws on, the roof is going to be stable. It won't move anymore. You can pull all the tape off and then go into these holes here on the inside of all 4 poles and screw your inside screw in. So it's really simple. It's only 8 screws, 2.5 inch, and they'll be labeled roof in the bag.